Okay? Okay, so I'm not going to present my screen. I don't have it on there, but I'm going to write them on the board behind me. So can you guys all see the board? Okay. All right. First one we're going to do, number 1, find, let me write that. Find the area. Huh? No. Find the area of this shape. 8 inches and 3.2 inches. Okay, focus. I'll get you a new one. You got 2 minutes. Work on this problem, please. Working on this problem, please. We'll be fine now. Okay. This is our warm-up. We're gonna do one more, 2 more. We'll do 2 more after this. And about 30 more seconds, and we'll review it. But the only way we're gonna get better at this is if you actually try it. No, trying it in your head probably won't work either because multiplying decimals in your head is difficult. So I would like it if everybody was writing it down, trying these on whiteboards, paper, whatever you have to try them on. But just watching me do problems isn't going to help you get better. You have to practice it too. Okay? No, this is a rectangle. Yep. That's for a triangle though. So this is a rectangle. How do you find the area of a rectangle? What do you do? Multiply. What do I multiply together? Not the numbers. What are they called though?
The formula.
Yeah, the formula is length times width. Right? So our length here would be 8 inches. If we need to multiply that by 3.2 inches. So let's do that. 3.2 times 8. What is 8 times 2? 16. Carry 1. What is 8 times 3? 24. Plus 1 is 25. 256? No, we got to move our decimal, right? There is one number behind our decimal, so we got to move that over 1 time. So our area is 25 and 6/10 inches squared. Yep, don't forget your units, inches squared. How'd you guys do on that one? Good? Bad? What about online? How'd you guys do? Okay? Yes, no, maybe so? Cool. All right, let's do another practice. Finding the area. This time, we're going to do a triangle. All right. Okay, before we start with this triangle, what is the formula for the area of a triangle? How do you do that?
Length and height.
Well, yeah, length. Well, we call it base times height. Let's do that. We have base times the height, and then after you multiply those, what do you have to do?
You have to divide by 2.
Divide it by 2. So,
Or add a fraction.
or multiply by 1/2, yeah. So let's say that my base is 12 meters and my height is 9 meters. Go ahead and take about 2 minutes. Find the area of this one, please. Okay? Again, everybody needs to be trying them. Eating is not an excuse. All right, we're going to give it a couple minutes, let people work on this one. I'm going to check my attendance. Okay, finding the area. Base times height and divide that by 2. Alright, let's go over this one. So, base times height divided by 2. What is the base of this triangle?
The base of the triangle is 12.
The base is 12, this bottom part. So we have 12 times, what's my height? 12 times 9.
50.
And we need to divide that by 2. What is 12 times 9? That's what you need to do first.
It's 108.
108, and that needs to be divided by 2 still.
Which is 54 meters squared.
Good. 108 divided by 2 is 54. And Alan did remember to add the units, which is meters squared. When we're writing numbers out, we can actually use like the meter squared symbol instead of actually writing out the whole words meters squared. So this is what it looks like if you're actually writing it out. You'll use the number 2 as like a squared symbol. Okay? We're gonna do one more practice. Okay, and then we will work on some stuff together. So we're gonna do a trapezoid this time.
Don't just divide on it.
You will divide on it, yeah. Okay, so this is a sideways trapezoid. Okay. And let's say that this side is 8 centimeters. Up here is 5 centimeters. Let's do that this is 4 centimeters. So now before we even start working with these numbers, what's the formula for a trapezoid? Do you remember this? There's a couple steps in this one.
So first you have to do 18 times 5 cm.
Close.
Adding?
Yep, so the first one is base 1 plus base 2. So the first base plus the second base. You have to multiply that by the height that is given, and then divide everything by 2. Okay? So when you look at this, where are your bases on a trapezoid?
It's the 4 cm.
Not the bases.
5 and
5 and 8. Bases are the ones that are parallel to each other. And parallel means they're going side by side next to each other. So this would be base 1. This is base 2. What is the 4 centimeters then?
it's the height.
It's the height. Okay? So go ahead and use that information. Plug the numbers in and try this one. Add them together, multiply by the height, divide by 2. Okay? Take a few minutes for that one.
I think I got it. I'm pretty sure.
The one that's behind me.
Which one? There's 2.
There's not 2. You're finding the area of the shape using the formula. There's not 2 questions on there.
Oh,
It's 1 question.
it's too early for my brain to flow.
It is not too early. We've been at school for 2 hours.
Which ones are the bases?
Jesus, what was that?
Sounds like a little gobbly.
Sounds like someone in the pack down there.
The bases are the ones on the side of this. The parallel lines. Remember, parallel lines are lines that run exactly next to each other. So these are lines like this. So the bases are the ones that run parallel like that. Okay? Say about 1 more minute to finish trying this one. Charlie, I just described it. The base is this one and the base is that one. There's two bases. Yep, the ones that are parallel. And about 30 more seconds and then we'll review this one. Okay, let's go ahead and review this. First thing we need to do is take the numbers on our trapezoid and plug it into our formula. So the area is going to be, where's base 1 and base 2? What are they? 8 centimeters is our first base. Base 2 is 5 centimeters. So 8 plus 5. And then we need to multiply that by the height. What's the height?
The height is 4 cm.
The height is 4. And then at the end, we're going to divide it all by 2. Now, this is kind of like backwards distributive property, or we can do order of operations. So first thing we should do first is add together 8 plus 5. What is 8 plus 5?
13.
13 times 4 divided by 2. So now we need to do 13 times 4 next. What is 13 times 4?
What you're supposed to times it?
Multiply, yeah. Multiply 13 times 4. 52. My favorite way to do this one without having to do any math is I think about a deck of cards.
Oh yeah.
If you think about a deck of cards, there's 4 different suits, spades, clubs, diamonds, and hearts, and each of them have 13 cards, and we know that a deck of cards has 52 in it total. So you don't even have to do the math. You can just be like 4 suits of numbers. There's 52. Anyway, 52 divided by 2. What's our area? 26. Good.
cm squared.
Centimeters squared is our final. I think the trapezoids are the hardest ones to do because there's a lot of steps, there's a lot of things to remember that go together, order of operations, making sure you're plugging things into the right spots. Eventually, these might turn into decimals, so then you have to remember how to do all that with decimals. So, trapezoids are probably the hardest ones. So take your time on trapezoids. There's no need to rush them, okay? Okay, like I said, today we're going to be doing some stuff together as practice. So, let's see, what's the best way to do this? Let me present my screen really quick. We have a new assignment on Google Classroom. All right, so under math, we have a new assignment called Area Whole Group Practice, which just means we're going to do it all together. So let's go ahead and get that one opened up. It is a Google Doc. Now, again, like I said, the only way that we're going to get better is if you guys actually try them too. Just waiting. No, we're doing it together. Tomorrow's is for a grade. But I'm just saying, just because it's not for a grade doesn't mean that just sitting there and typing the answers after I type them out is going to make you better at doing area. You got to make sure you're trying these things, okay? So, hopefully everybody has either a marker and a whiteboard prepared, pencil and paper, something to write with, and we're not just watching me do all the work, because that's not fun for me either. I already know how to do all this.
Well, let's do the whiteboard instead.
Maybe we will. That might be a good idea. Can I do the whole? I think I can move the whole thing.
Here, can I create a whiteboard?
No, I will do it. Okay. So Dallin asked if we could do the jam board. So let's go ahead and do that. But the thing is, if we do a jam board, I would like everybody to be participating and putting some answers on there. I don't want Dallin to write down like 8 answers. Okay. So yeah, now that we know how to use it, I will create a jam board. But one, the lasers and the random drawing on it need to not be happening. And 2, put some answers down. It's no fun if only one person answers and we're all like, okay, one person's right. We all gotta try. It's okay if the answer's wrong. Nobody knows whose is whose. I didn't know that Dallin was putting 8 answers on there yesterday until he was like, I put 8 answers down. And I was like, okay, cool. So, put down answers today, please. It's okay if you're wrong. The whole point is to practice. So, these, it's going to be shared with you guys. If you go ahead and go to the chat, it should be there. Okay, we got Bradford on there. Good. It should be in the chat now. Just click on the link and head over there. I will share my screen as well so that you can see my side of it. But if you're on the Jamboard, you can see what I put on there as well.
Can I get rid of the laser for a little bit while everyone's in?
Nope. Okay, we'll give you about a minute to go ahead and get in there. I'm just going to sit up here today.
Get the rocket ship. Put on the rocket ship.
Is that what we're calling this?
Yeah, well, it's actually the rocket ship and then you go.
Now.
All right, so it looks like we've got 12 people on there. That seems about right. Well, it's those people at the beginning plus 7 more. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3 of the people are me on the Google Meet. So we have pretty much everybody.
Wait, did you draw that?
Nope.
I erased it.
It's okay, I can clear the frame immediately. Okay, again, whoever is drawing, if this is not going to work, we're not going to do things like this anymore. It's simple as that. So please stop drawing on it if it's you. All right. So I'm going to go and grab the first one. We're going to have to go back and forth a little bit between our assignment and the Jamboard because we still have to write our answers on the assignment, correct?
Yeah. Wait, do we have to write out the whole problem?
No, we're just going to put the answers over there. So I'm going to see if I can copy and paste a picture on here. Let's see. Loading. Let's see if it pastes. Not really doing anything yet. You can do it, little buddy.
Send it to her today so you get that halfway. Okay, I found a bow tie.
It might not work.
What if we go on a 6th grade side? Is the 6th grade side or water some too?
I don't know. I don't think it's going to work. That's all right. I will draw it because I'm amazing at drawing. All right, so we are finding the area of, first, we have this.
Hey, were we supposed to open up that assignment?
Yeah, you're going to need to open the assignment so that you have it there. So we have 2/3 by 2/3. So 2/3 feet.
Right. How do we do that?
You just write 2/3 and 2/3 feet. Okay. So we're finding the area of this shape. First of all, what is this shape called?
A square.
Okay, this is a square. Awesome. How do you find the area of a square?
You add up all five.
No, that's the perimeter.
You gotta multiply.
Multiply the length times the width. So in this case, to find the area, what are we multiplying together? No, what are we multiplying?
The feet. 2/3.
2/3 times 2/3. Well, hang on. Now take a minute and do 2/3 times 2/3. If you need it written out so it's not sideways like it is, it would be written like this. Wow, this is not going to be the greatest draw. 2/3.
Can I put it in a sticky note?
Don't stick it on there yet, but you can have it ready. 2/3 times 2/3. What? What?
Your mouth.
What about my mouse?
Oh,
Huh?
mine.
Okay. equals. So you're multiplying fractions. Okay. While you guys do that, I'm going to go right here really quick. I don't know. I would prefer that if you guys just did the thing.
I'm trying to erase everything. Can I put my sticky note in?
Not yet.
I don't even know that. It shows you who's like writing on it, but like you can never even see the picture.
Yep. Got about 30 more seconds, and then we're going to put some sticky notes up with your answers. Okay. Not yet. Just so you know, Go Guardian is up on my computer now, so I can see you guys. Okay. Let's go ahead and add some sticky notes with your answers. If you need to know where the sticky note is, it's on my screen too. It's on the left over there.
Ooh, put it in. I'm done.
What are the answers to this?
Charlie doing all that on the list.
Hey, Charlie, please stop drawing things. We've asked you this already. Okay. To add a sticky note, if you're looking at my screen, you click on the sticky note button and you type in your answer. And it'll show up on top of the one over here, and you can move it around. So we should have lots of different answers here. A lot of you guys have put answers. They're just, there we go. So add some answers. That's good. Good, 4/9. We're seeing a lot of 4/9. Yeah. I don't know.
How do I do it?
You hit the sticky note button, the one that says sticky note, and you type it out.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So, a lot of you guys are getting 4/9. Looking good. 4/9 is correct. You multiply straight across. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. And we cannot simplify 4/9, so that's our final answer. Okay? Now, we need to write that on our practice, though. So you need to go back over to your Google Doc and at least write 4/9 feet squared, so that I know that you have been working on this with us. Again, this won't be helpful to you if you're not trying it, so you want to make sure you are trying them. Okay, so put your answer. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to see if this one will copy and paste over on the Jamboard. I don't think it's going to paste. We're working on some area stuff, Mr. Turner, if you want to help out with some area.
You're gonna teach me first, right?
We can.
Yesterday I was open up,
Mm-hmm.
and this triangle and base times height divided by 2.
We're doing triangles, squares, and trapezoids, and rectangles. So I'm going to get our next triangle drawn while you guys get your answer written down.
Can I read the eraser, please?
No, it's fine. Okay, so we have 12 centimeters and 8 centimeters.
And then word box.
Okay, so our next one that we have is a triangle. We just practiced one on the board. So first let's say, oh my gosh, it's a triangle. How do we find the area of a triangle? What's the formula?
Oh, I know the answer.
I don't know. I don't want to know what the answer is. I want to know what the formula. That's not. I want to know the formula.
Base times height.
Base times height. Then what?
Then you have to divide the 2.
Divide it all by 2. It's difficult to type out on here. So base times height divided by 2. Take 2 or 3 minutes. Practice this problem. Again, sitting there and waiting for an answer is not going to do you any good. Try I know, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about maybe people at home, people in here that just sit there and don't do their work. Try the problem, please. I don't know why.
I just don't get it.
Good places.
I might erase your code. Put them back there, I erased the dot. Who's my deputy? Me. All right. Even though I'm not even on there. What? You're not? Nope. Why? Because I don't want to join Google Meet. We need people to see your report. We didn't be careful for the background.
Yes, because I want it white, so it's easier to see.
All right. He doesn't want Bradford seeing that out.
Oh my God.
96.
Okay, so someone got 96, but
That's not the answer. I'll put the answer.
so we have two separate answers there. You guys can get some answers put up there. That's fine. 96 is close. It's half of the work done. Okay, and we'll talk about why 96 is a little bit off in a minute. Okay, so let's put a couple of answers up there.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm gonna join Google Meet.
Good, so we're getting some few answers up there.
Okay, the three.
Okay, so I'm going to write on this and explain a little bit. I'm going to write in the bottom right, so don't do anything over here. First of all, we need to do base times height, which is 12. Maybe this will be easier to write with. Times, not that much easier. It's actually worse. Okay, undo. 12, 12 times 8, and then we need to divide that whole thing by 2. If you got 96, that's what you forgot to do. Divide by 2. That's one of the biggest mistakes that I always see on triangles. Everybody forgets to divide by 2. So 12 times 8 equals what? No, 12 times 8. 96. Wow, it's really difficult to write with this. Then you can do 96 and divide it by 2, and you get... No, that's all right.
I know what it is.
And then you get your 48 centimeters squared. Good job, guys. Although I honestly can't tell right now if you guys are just copying someone that gets to write and writing the same answer, but that's right. So we need to go and put our answer on our Google Doc. So our Google Doc over here, we need to write that it is 48 centimeters squared. 48 centimeters squared. Go, okay, put your answer on number 2. While you guys are doing that. Oh, I already erased the whole thing. Sorry. I can do it all at once.
I couldn't even hold it.
Okay, 48 centimeters squared. Again, if you guys are going to be writing on it, we won't use this. It's a simple statement. Thank you. Let me get a parallelogram up here for us to do the next one is a parallelogram. If it decides to load. There it goes. Okay, so probably not, because it takes a little bit longer to do it all on here electronically, which is fine. So no, that's me trying to draw the height. 15 and 19. I'm going to move it up here a little bit though. So we have 15. Does anybody know if it was 15 centimeters, meters, inches? What is it?
It's 15 inches.
Okay, now Dallin, you can erase that line that I left down there. Thank you. So 19 inches. Thank you. And 15 inches. Okay. Now, before you guys get going on this, how do you find the area of a parallelogram? Parallelogram.
15 times 9.
Parallelogram. Got it. Don't worry. Okay, so I heard it. Kaylin, what did you say it was? The area is just the base times the height. So go ahead and take about 2 minutes. Base times height, please. Yeah, Skylar, stop. I will give you permission to work on this. I can just take away the permission. Okay, but let's just not do it in Zoom. Erase it and do the problem, please. Okay, base times height for this one. This one's just kind of a bigger set of numbers, so take your time with your multiplication. Okay, and wait to put your answers on there until I ask you to, please.
Alright, that's the answer.
Okay, let's sit tight for about 1 minute, let people do it. Charlie, leave that one there, that's my height line. I got it.
That's a better one.
Yeah, that's actually, oh, sorry.
Okay, thank you. Now do the problem, please. In about 1 minute, I will have you guys put your answers up.
Miss Jones, the second one you do was a better one than the
That
first.
is true.
Like you did like.
Boom.
Charlie, stop messing with the thing and do the work.
Sorry means you will never do it again. Only gonna say sorry.
Sorry.
Okay, leave everything where it is and just do the problem.
5 carry 4. 9 times 2. Plus 4 more.
I had to erase some of the dots to make it look more clean.
Okay, about 30 more seconds, and then I will have you guys put some
Drop down.
sticky notes with the answers on there. About 30 seconds before you do. Do you? Base times height.
I'm ready to put the answer in.
1 times 5 is 5.
Remember, parallelograms are just rectangles, which is base times height, and they're just slanted. So it's the same sort of area, it's just a slanted rectangle.
It looks like a lamp.
A little bit.
Like when it's like that. Oh, you can put it in there?
Yep, go ahead and put some answers on a sticky note, please, and thank you. Okay, we got a couple. Make sure you move them away from that top corner so that more can come in.
I'm doing my third, my second one.
Okay.
Yeah, I did the pink one. I'm marker holder. I did the pink one and the blue one.
Good, so we're getting 285 inches squared. That is looking good.
We did it.
Inches squared.
Is that it though?
I didn't actually do it. Let me check.
Um,
I mean, if most of you guys were getting that and you guys all put it in pretty much at the same exact time, I think it would be correct. So we have 15 times 19. I just did that wrong. 15 times 19.
remember I took something?
285 is correct.
Hey,
All right, we need to go put that answer in our thing. So on our whole group thing, we have to 285 inches squared. Please make sure you write it on your Google Doc too, because if you don't have it there, I can't give you credit for doing this with us. Okay, while you guys are writing down the answer, 285 inches squared, I'm going to go find a trapezoid for our thing.
I'm trying to erase all.
It's like no. Nope. 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 Nope.
I know.
How do you do that? She's magic.
She did Harry Potter magic.
Okay, trapezoid's coming
Here's the
on.
triangle.
Let's see who joined our meet. I don't know who joined, but hello. Or was it Alex? I don't know.
Oh wait, Alex joined it? Show your
3,
face,
5,
Alex.
All right, so this time we are doing a trapezoid. Let me get some measurements on here. Okay, don't erase my height measurement, please.
Or don't mess with it at all.
Yeah. 3, and the height is 5 millimeters. And our
Oh my god.
Charlie, stop messing with it. 6 millimeters. All right, really quick before we get going, we need to write what our formula is. This one's our complicated formula. What goes in our parentheses first?
Our parentheses is 3 and 6.
Well, no, what's the formula?
Oh, base times height.
Nope.
Base times base.
Close. Base plus base.
Oh, height.
Nope.
Times
Base.
height.
Base 1 plus base 2
Times height.
times the height. This is terrible writing, sorry.
Charlie says I keep on accidentally doing.
Well, don't click on it, Anna. And then divide it by 2. So add your two bases together. Multiply it by the height in between the bases, and then divide the whole thing by 2. Okay, take a couple of minutes, work on this one. If it's a decimal, it might become a decimal. And please don't put your answers in until I ask. You can have it ready, but don't put it in yet, okay? Okay, take a few minutes, work on that one.
Okay, you don't. Work it out though, so you know how to find it. Nope, you got it out.
Work it out. You'll find it out.
Base plus six, so 2 plus 6. Lock your fingers, pick up your shoes.
I found my shoes.
3 plus 6 is how much?
I found my shoes.
9. What's 9 times 5? Base divide by 2.
Oh, I can't divide. No!
Over here, 9 times 5.
Huh?
I can divide.
I can't.
That's 9 times 5.
Can I just put a drawing out there? I can know how to get on that.
45. And we're getting 5 times 5. So this plus this times that, and 9 times 5 is 45. Now you gotta take the 45 and divide that by 2.
Oh, the Jamboard session?
So
That's fine, I can do that really quick.
I have
Okay, about 30 more seconds and we'll put down some answers, all right? Okay, there's the Jamboard thing if you need it. All right, you guys can put some answers in there now with your sticky notes. Go for it.
You reach up, pull the square, you point to that right there.
Okay, we got some more answers. We got 2 different answers here.
No, you're doing good. I'm like, yo,
Where's some more answers? There's another one.
I can't divide.
What else we got?
I did 2.5, 2.5 inches millimeters square.
22.5. Okay.
That would be something to go like this. It's like out of the way.
Why are we piling them on top of each other? Okay, well, most of you guys are getting 22.5. So let's go ahead and do this one kind of together. I'm going to write on the bottom. So keep your guys' sticky notes kind of up near the top for a second, please, so I can write at the bottom. Okay, that doesn't mean move them there. There we go. Okay. So base 1 could be something like, guys, stop moving them. 3.
I'm coming to see the point.
Okay. Base 2 would be 6. 3 plus 6, and then we need to multiply those by our height, which is 5. Then we'll divide it all by 2 at the end. So 3 plus 6 is what? 9. We need to multiply 9 times 5, and then we'll divide by 2 at the end. I don't know. Stop moving them and pay attention, please. What is 9 times 5? 45. And then we need to divide 45 by 2. This is the part that I think a lot of you guys might have been like, whoa, what? Okay. I have a solution, don't worry. I'm deleting them all so that we can't be moving them all. So, we need to look at this dividing by 2 over here. 45 divided by 2. Does 2 go into 4? Yeah, how many times? Twice. And we have a 4 below. We subtract, and what do we get? 4 minus 4 is 0. Then we drop down our 5. How many times does 2 go into 5? Goes in twice. That was bad too, but that's all right. And we get a 4 again. Subtract, and we get 1. But we're not done. What do I do? What do I still have to do here? We have to add a decimal and a 0. If we add a decimal below, add a decimal above. And then we can drop down our, oh, that's a bad line. Our 0. Does 2 go into 10? How many times? 5. There's our 22 and a half that people got. Okay?
Can I do the next one?
I don't know. We'll probably actually only do like one more. Yeah, you can start erasing it. Make sure that you go and put the answer over here too. Right? 22 and a half. No, I didn't do it.
Someone else did.
Millimeters squared.
It's Charlie.
No, I want even clear. I know the answer. Wait, how did you clear them?
The guy in the office never actually told you, but nobody's going outside today.
What?
Okay.
The playground is covered in snow and it's really muddy. So it's a nice day, but it's the brown's all messed up out there.
Good to know. All right.
No, it's not good to know.
You guys will be fine, honestly. Stop complaining because it gets quite annoying. Complaining about something that you can't change is just,
Leave it.
yeah. All right, we are going to do one more, but we're going to scroll down, and I want to do one that is kind of similar to your, so,
January?
yes, it's still January.
No. Done already.
Okay, so I'm putting a word problem up here because you guys are going to have a word problem on your test on Friday that is quite similar to this. So I want to talk through a word problem before you write on it, before you do anything, all that stuff. It says, Marie is creating a painting that has a triangular background. What shape will this be? A triangle. It's a triangular background. Okay. So if it's a triangular background, I'm just going to draw a triangle so that we know it's a triangular background. She needs to paint it all orange, so we need to find the area of it. It tells us that the base is 7. So where am I going to put the base of 7? Is it on the bottom? Good. 7 units is on the bottom. And it says that our height is 6, which would be from the tippy top of our triangle to the bottom. And we would say that our height is 6 units. Whenever it gives you guys a word problem, I very much suggest that you just draw out what it looks like so that you have a visual picture, because it says it's a triangular background. Yep. It might tell you someone's building a rectangular fence and wants to fill it with grass. It'll tell you the shape it wants you to do. Okay? So in this case, we're working with a triangle. How do you find the area of a triangle? What's the formula? Base times height Is that it?
No, and then after you do that, so you 42 and then
I don't want to know the answer. I just want to know the formula. We have to do base times height and then what?
divide by 2.
Divide it by 2. Okay. Take about 2 minutes. Solve that problem, please. I don't want answers just yet. We'll put those on sticky notes in a minute. Okay, so start with figuring that out.
Now I'm the real.
Go, you write it down. You write it down, I'll help you solve it.
Okay, on this one, it doesn't use a measurement, it uses unit.
Mm-hmm. Okay, base times height divided by 2. This is number 8 on the Google document, just so you know. Base times height divided by 2.
Well, what are you supposed to do with those? Are you supposed to do what?
Start with the base times the height. What's the base and what's the height? Don't listen to Alex. It says it in the problem. Base times height. Okay, again, ignore Alex and do what is asked of you. Base times height. Multiply the two numbers together. Okay, about 1 more minute.
It's really dirty though.
I took off some of it yesterday.
6 times 7.
Good, you got it. Then what do you got to do? So write it down. 42. Then what?
Divide by 2, okay?
Okay, about 30 more seconds and then we'll throw some answers up there. I'm going to check my attendance really quick and then we'll get some answers up.
Can I write my answer on
Are we doing a few more of these?
No, we are pretty much out of time, so we won't be doing any more.
Okay.
No, probably not. Okay.
Should I draw my answer on there?
Oh. That hurts.
Okay, guys, go ahead and put some answers on there.
No.
Well, we'll have to work on that.
Good, looks like you guys are getting some good answers there.
I got the same answer. Bro.
Okay, if it's not yours, don't move it, please. Just move the one that's yours.
Quit touching it.
All right,
Is it okay if I get it, but I just don't put it in a sticky note?
what'd you get?
I forgot.
All right, it looks like you guys are getting the correct answer, 21. So you would do 6 times 7. What is 6 times 7? 42. And then you just have to divide it by 2, and you get 21 units squared. So that looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and really quick end our recording because we don't need to record anymore. That's all we're going to work on today. Now,